Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today I'm going to talk about your very first strumming pattern, which is simply strumming on the one. Now, all of the music that we're looking at the early stages of the beginner's course is in 4/4 time. That means it's got 4 beats in the bar. I'm sure you've heard before, or seen at a gig, people go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the music starts. Maybe you wondered why they count to 4. It's usually because there's 4 beats in the bar. There are other time signatures where there's different amounts of beats in the bar, but 4/4 time or 4 beats in the bar is the most common. Now, the general idea here is that you want to learn to count along. Eventually we're going to be tapping our foot along as well, but you want to be first of all thinking just about this counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get used to being able to count it. I know it seems silly, but have a go at doing that first. It might feel a little bit odd if you're used to counting to 10. And then what you want to be doing is practicing strumming only on the one. So get, say, your D chord up and you're going to strum down on 1 and count the rest. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see that my arm is moving for all of the rest of the beats? That's the ideal. 2, 3, 4. Even though I'm actually not strumming, I'm still keeping my arm moving. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think many beginners are going to be able to strum on 1 and keep the hand moving for the rest of the time. I couldn't do that really when I was learning my left-handed stuff. Too difficult. But you'll find through the course I'm trying to give you the ideal option as well, because some people will be ready for it. So you might do it and be like, yeah, I'm cool with this. I can move my hand down as I'm counting along. I'm totally hip with that, in which case I want you to do it. For me, it was a little bit more cumbersome than that. I didn't feel like I could do that, and I was more worried about the chord changes, which is the next thing coming up. You know, just even getting used to just strumming down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, chord change, 1, 2, 3, 4, chord change, 1, 2. That would be amazing if you can get to that point. For most beginners, it's going to be more like 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the fingers in. 2, 3, 4. And that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay not to be okay at this stuff. Especially in your first week or first couple of weeks. It's going to be a real struggle. And that's totally cool. Be cool with that. Okay? Really, really important at this stage that you get used to that idea. The reason that I want to talk about this strumming on 1 is particularly when you go to play a song. Even if it's real slow, at the early stages we just want to be trying to get that strum on beat 1. Not strumming on beat 2 or beat 4, but trying to count and get used to the idea of strumming on beat 1. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, chord change, 1, 2, 3, 4, chord change, 1. So we're trying to get the chord change in time to be able to strum the 1 again, even if it means starting the change immediately after playing. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? The strum on the 1 is the key thing. So if you have to leave the chord early, if your chord change is quite slow and you have to leave early to get there, that's okay. The thing you're aiming for is getting that strum on beat 1, particularly when you're playing a song or you're playing along with a backing track kind of thing, using my app, the Beginner Song Course app. You want to be aiming to try and get your strum on 1. In the first week, that's going to be very difficult. Do your best. Try and get that strum on 1. But if you only get to strum every 4 times the chord changes because the chord changes are so slow, that's okay too. Particularly when you start playing songs. There's some other challenges that I'm going to talk about in the following video. But the key thing that I wanted to mention is this counting to 4, just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and putting a strum on the first beat.